Hello, folks. Hope you all are doing well. I'm James Shad of the Shad Law Firm in Columbia, South Carolina. And this is our fourth installment on our divorce series in South Carolina. And we are entitling this Managing Your Affairs. So, what does that mean? What does that look like when you are thinking about going through a divorce and going through the divorce process? As I've said in the other installments, you have to be prepared as much as you can. As you know, when you are building a relationship, when you are building a marriage, you are intertwining some things. Perhaps you have finances that you have to ultimately unwind in a divorce. You may have joint accounts where you have put money in. You may have agreed as a couple that you will have a joint account to pay the mortgage. You may pay other bills out of there. You may have life insurance policies where you have named your spouse as the beneficiary. You may have retirement accounts where you have named them as the beneficiary. I wanted to let you know that there's not a lot that you can do with regard to the retirement accounts while you're going through the divorce. There's not much that you can do as it relates to the joint accounts unless you are able to agree with your spouse to change it. But as a practical matter, I would suggest that you not put any additional funds into the joint account because it may allow for your spouse who you once trusted, who may end up raiding the account and taking those funds. And those might be much needed funds that you will need to assist you through this process. If it comes down to a mortgage payment, I would suggest that you start separating those accounts. If you're the one that is paying that mortgage payment, that you go ahead and set up another account because you don't want that spouse to take the money, and then you will not have those funds when it comes down to paying the mortgage. It's great if you all have a plan and you're able to work amicably to try to get to either continue to feed that joint account or just pay it separately, because neither one of you want to, not, of course, be foreclosed on by the mortgage lender, nor do you want to start having bad credit because payments are late or mortgage payments are not being paid. Because unfortunately, it's an emotional situation, and one spouse may want to just hurt the other one, and they may not care about their credit, or they may not realize that they're hurting themselves in the end as well. So these are the type of financial decisions that you have to make when it comes to managing your affairs. One thing you also have to look out for too is that you are not going further into debt. You may have joint credit cards, or you're an authorized user on a credit card, and most folks may not realize it's your spouse's card, and at some point they named you as an authorized user. But if they are running that credit card and not paying it, that may harm your credit as well. So you need to make sure that you get with those credit card companies. Make sure that you have your name removed off of those credit cards so that you don't have any exposure if your spouse, now that you all are splitting, has gone forward and unfortunately caused your credit to be harmed. So just keep these things in mind with regard to credit cards, regarding joint accounts, regarding any type of personal loans that you all may have taken out where you all joined as joint applicants on these. So you just got to be careful that these things are being unwound before the divorce or while you are going through the divorce process. Now, the courts can help. You can ask on a temporary basis that the court order that your spouse hold you harmless from that debt. And so now you have a court order behind it. So if they end up violating the order, you can bring them back into court to address it. The goal is to make sure that you are protected so that when you come out on the back end of the divorce, that financially you are in a great space. And so with life insurance policies, you won't be able to take that person off the life insurance policy unless they agree to have to be taken off of that. Now, once you are divorced, you no longer have an insurable interest in your former spouse. And so, of course, you will be taken off of the life insurance policy. Health insurance is also something that you need to be concerned about as well, because your spouse still has a duty to take care of you from a health care standpoint while you are going through the divorce, because you are still married. And so the law allows for your spouse to still cover you. But what the court could order is that you can remain on this person's health insurance policy, but you may have to reimburse them for that portion of the premium each month. And so keep that in mind as you are, navigating through this process. So these and other questions can be answered through a consultation that you can have with an experienced attorney. Of course, I'm James Shad of the Shad Law Firm. I've been practicing law for the past 21 years here in Columbia, South Carolina. And so if you have these questions, why don't you just comment below or give us a call at 803-771-7460. Or you can email me at james@shadlawfirm.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, share this video with others, click the bell so that you can always stay up to date. And so we wish you a wonderful, safe holiday season. And as you look into 2022, and if you are in a crossroads at your marriage, I hope that you would contact me so that we can discuss it. And again, I practice law here in South Carolina, and I'll be happy to talk to you about your case or your situation. So take care, stay safe, and happy holidays.